grab your chair, and then we're going to start actually facing the low side of the chair, a little cat and cow action. So hands on the low side of the chair, find your little bit of a tabletop position, then and move right into it. Bend your knees, drop your belly, lift your chest, straighten your legs, arch your back, and then find a neutral spine. So this is going to be a combo move. We're going to step back to a light plank, right away, step back in, rise up, reach your arms up and overhead, and take a little bit of a yawn. Hands back to the chair, find your tabletop, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail, round your back, find a neutral spine, step back into a light plank. So think just finding that plank position, step back in, reach your arms up. And then as you do this combination of work, just ask your body, how are you feeling this morning? How's your back feel? How do your hips feel? As you find that plank position, can you tune in and just kind of get a sense of how do your shoulders feel? We're going to go into a bigger plank later on. So if your shoulders are already feeling like this is quite enough work, then you might choose to stay with the chair when we get to that bigger plank position. We got 10 seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, now we're going to come to a standing position. We're going to plant our foot on the chair. So one foot's going to step onto the chair, take a light rotation, step it down, switch to the other foot. But for this move particularly, place your foot on the chair so it feels like a solid position. We want to focus a little bit more on the twist than on the standing position. So we just want to get a sense. But as you do this work here, you might already get a sense of where is your balance at this morning. And then some of the moves we go to, you might choose to use the chair to help support your balance so you can do the other bit of work that goes on. Find a pace that works good for you here. And then if the twist is feeling good and you want to pause in it for a second, you can anchor against your knee, get a little rotation, take a breath, and then move on to the other side. We got 20 seconds left. Five more seconds, just get a sense of where your energy level is at. We do not have speed rounds added in, but lots of places that you have opportunities for speed. So flip yourself around, sit your butt nice and close to the edge of your chair. We're going to pick up one knee, reach down, touch the ground, reach down, touch the ground. So now we're going to work that spine in that sideways position and get those hip flexors firing up. So we're going to reach down, touch the ground. So think a little bit of a side bend, but notice here, as you reach down, think of this as a big functional movement. How many times a day do you have to reach down, pick something off the ground? So we want to make sure that we keep the oblique muscles, the sides of the back nice and strong so that those light movements that we do throughout our day never cause us injury. So as you pick up the knees, you're getting those hip flexors fired up. And then as you reach down, you're getting the obliques fired up. Nicely done. You're already halfway there. Now, this is still a warm-up minute, so if you're feeling like you need to go a little bit slower to tune in, go as slow as you feel like is good for you. But if you're feeling like you're getting pretty warm here, you might choose to pick up the pace just a little bit, but just be mindful as you reach down and touch the ground, just make sure that you're moving your back and your side body in a way that is beneficial. 5 seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, now grab heavy weights. So one heavy weight across the chest or two single heavy weights, that's totally up to you, but we're going to load up at the chest or load up at the shoulders, and it's just going to be a loaded sit down, stand up. So you're going to sit down and stand up, and then you're going to choose the depth of work that you want to have happen here. Now you might choose to just sit, hover, rise up. You might choose to sit all the way down, pick both knees up, set them down, get a little bit of a pace going. So you choose the variation that's going to work good for you. As you sit down and stand up, think about keeping your eyes forward, especially once you know where that chair is. Yes, nice work. You're already halfway there. And time. Awesome job. Okay, now this one's going to be a variation that is right for your shoulders. So we're going to take it into some tricep dips. So scoot your butt to the front end of your chair, find a handhold on your chair, and then slip your butt off. Bend your elbows, push your way back up right and nice and strong. But then right away, you're going to notice how it feels. If that is not a good move for your shoulder, you're going to take a side to side hip lift. So you're going to lift and hover your butt off the chair. You're still going to work through the back of the arm, but it's not going to be as much in the shoulders in a compromised position. But if it feels okay to be there with those tricep dips, slip your butt forward, bend your elbows, push yourself back up nice and strong. Slow down here so you pay attention. Notice how the backs of your arms feel. Notice how your shoulders feel, and don't dip your butt so low that you can't come back up with control. Nice work, you guys. Beautiful. And time. Awesome job. Slide your butt onto your chair. Give your arms a good gentle shake. And now we're going to take it into a sideways standing position. So stand on up. One hand is going to be on the chair. We're going to turn sideways. So hand and arm are going to be the support system. And then the other hand is going to be on your hip, or you're going to grab a hand weight. It's going to stay up in the arm, but go for a light hand weight because it's not going to do much else besides stay up in the sky. All right, so then all we're doing is lifting and lowering that leg. And then you'll choose the variation here that feels best. You might choose to bend both knees. That's going to work out of both legs at the same time. But if you prefer to isolate and you want to focus on just those side glute muscles, you're just going to stick with the top leg. So you choose the depth of work that you want, load up your hand, hold that arm up towards the ceiling, and then any other add-ons that you like, bend as you bring it in, press out and straighten the leg. Yes, nice work. Awesome, you guys. Nice job. 10 seconds left. And time. Beautiful. All right, lower that leg down, give everything a shake, but we're flipping right over to the other side. I'm going to spin my chair around, but you set yourself up in a way that works good for you. And then once you've got your hand on the chair, away we go. Find your balance position first, and then you choose the variations that work good for you. It might be bending both knees as you bring it in. It might be just keeping one leg going, the other leg stays stable. And it might be a little bit mix of those two, arm up, leg working, but the standing leg stays still. So totally up to you what depth of work you choose to go with. Five seconds left. You got this. And time. Ooh, nice job. Lift up, give everything a good shake, and then just move your weights a little off to the side so you have a little space to move. Now, it's going to be, you can choose chair or no chair. That's going to be really dependent on how your shoulders are feeling this morning. So find your plank position first. You're going to step back, nice firm plank. And then from there, it's going to be lift back to your downward facing dog shape, reach through, tap one outside of the calf, reach through, tap the other outside of the calf, come back forward, back to your plank, then back to down dog. Touch, look under the arm, touch, look under the arm. So this is getting a little bit of shoulder work and a bit of mobility work. So as we've come into that plank position, keep your abdomen nice and firm, draw back into that upside down V, reach through, touch, reach through and touch. And then here's a place where once you've got that movement pattern down, if you want to pick up the pace, go as fast as you like, but just make sure that it's a nice controlled movement. Ten seconds left. And time. Awesome job. Okay, take it forward, find a standing position in front of the chair. And now it's going to be just right leg for 1 minute, left leg for the other minute. So first start by putting your foot on the chair. Notice how your balance is here. And then you might choose to turn your chair if you need a little handhold. But we're just going to pick up the foot, hover, tap it down. So that's where we're going. Pick it up and hover. So we're working into those hip flexor muscles, or think about that place right where your front pocket would be, where that hip crease is. That's the place we're working for. So it's lift and lower in a nice controlled way. Find a good rhythm here. Working this standing leg as well and your core muscles. So everything is engaged to keep your nice upright position. A lot of work happening to the top of that front thigh into that hip crease. 20 seconds left. Maybe you pick up the pace here, see if you can burn it out, go a little bit faster, but don't lose your balance, don't lose your control. Ooh, and time. Set that leg down. Ooh, shake that out. And we got to take it to the other side. So other foot onto the chair. Find your position first. Notice your balance. Use a handhold if that feels like a way to go, because the handhold is just going to keep your mind off the balance and let you find all that good work. So here we go. Lifting the foot up, touching it down, finding that good sense of control. I find that if I focus my eyes on a single point, it helps me maintain my balance a little bit. Abdominal muscles are firm, nice upright posture. We just lift that foot off, hover, and then touch it right back down. Last 20 seconds here. If you want, go a little bit faster, find a good rhythm. Woo, and time. Set that foot down. Give both legs a good shake. Now we're going to take it into a side plank position. You choose whether you want to go with the chair or on the ground, just a variation that works good for your shoulder. So I'm going to go chair today. Hand on the chair. Other top leg is going to step across. So it's going to be a little hip dips. So it's going to be 30 seconds on one side. Once you've got that leg in front, that's going to be your big supportive leg. It's going to be a dip of the hip and then a lift of the hip. And then if you want to add on, grab your single hand weight. As you lift the hip up, reach, get a little bit of a side bend action, and then lower it down. We got 30 seconds on this side. So you add the amount of work that feels good to you. If you get to this chair position and you're like, I prefer my side plank down on the ground, move your chair out of the way, come down to the ground. Five more seconds on this side. And time. Okay, either spin yourself around or move your chair, totally up to you. I'm going to spin my chair around, but then the other hand is going to be on the chair. You're going to set up your side plank first, step that top leg forward. So that's going to offer a little bit of support. And then away we go. Lifting up and lowering the hip a little bit. Yes, nice job. And time. Awesome job. Come undone. Give everything a good shake. And now we're going to use the tall side of the chair, but it's going to be for a side handhold. So place your chair over and off to the side, and then grab a single hand weight, heavy if you can stand it. It's going to be hand on the chair, outer leg is going to lift up and give an overhead press. And then as you pull the weight back to the chest, we're going to push forward, kick the leg out, touch your weight all the way down to the ground, bring it back up and in, pull everything in, press up and overhead. Reach out and forward, arms going to lower to the ground, bring it back up. You got it. We got 1 minute on the clock. Take it at your pace. If you get that rhythm down and things are feeling good, you might choose to go a little bit faster, but make sure that you've got good control between each movement. Nice work, you guys. Beautiful. And time. Awesome job. Give everything a good shake. And we're taking all of that work to the other side. I'm going to spin my chair all the way around. You move yourself or your chair in the way that works good for you. Hand on the chair, outer leg, outer arm. That's where the load is. We pick the knee up, press up and overhead, hinge yourself forward, push the weight out, leg out, lower the arm down, bring it back up, pull it all back in, up and overhead press. You've got it. 1 minute on the clock. Find your form first. So make sure everything feels good and solid. And then once you've got that rhythm down, if it feels good to do so, then you pick up the pace. "25 seconds left. You got this." Nice work. And time. Awesome job. Give everything a good shake out. All right, now we're going to flip the chair around so that we can face the tall side of the chair, turning our body to face the tall side of the chair as well. So hands are going to use the chair. We're going to start with the right leg. So we're going to slide the leg back, but toe is going to point towards the back corner of your mat. Firm up your center, and then we're taking it into some leg lifts. So that leg is going to do the lifting, and you're going to try to find most of that work coming out of the right glutes. Keep your posture upright. So you might not get a lot of height with the leg, but if you can, bring your hand to your butt and feel those glute muscles. Give a little squeeze as you lift and lower the leg. The toe and the knee stay pointing down. The toe is reached, or the leg is slightly abducted, so the toe is angled towards the back corner of your mat. Nice work. "20 seconds left." And time. Woo, lower that leg down. Give your hips a little shake, but of course we got to do the other side. So hands on the chair, nice upright spine. Slide the left leg back, but the toe is reaching back towards the corner of the mat. Once you've got your way there, lift and squeeze. Find a good rhythm. Keep that nice upright posture. So gaze is forward, chest is lifted. If it helps you find the work, bring your hand to your butt and make sure the biggest part of your butt, or that big meaty part of your bum, is getting most of the work. You're already halfway there. You got this. "20 seconds left. If you've got it going and it's feeling good to go a little with a little bit of a pace, maybe go a little faster. Not too fast that you lose control of your upper body though. Woo! And time. Lower that leg down. Okay, walk it back to a little down dog stretch. Hands on the chair. Press your butt back. Make a little V shape with the body. Take a nice big breath. All right, now we got one last minute of work in standing. So come forward. Find a nice tall upright position. Feet are going to be about hip width distance apart. First, toes and knees pointing forward. So the first 20 seconds, double heel raises. Use your chair this time just to support that sense of balance, so you can slow your movement down a little bit and really work through the ankles, the feet, and the calves all at the same time without having to stay hyper focused on your balance. Let all that work come down to the bottom half of the body. All right, now we're going to switch our feet. So now we're going to bring soles or heels together, toes apart. So make that little Pilates V, or first position for my ballet friends. So find your little pizza slice with your feet and then come back to that nice tall posture. Away we go. Lifting the heels up, lowering with control. Still want to keep a nice firm belly. Still want to keep the gaze forward. Three more seconds with our feet in this position. All right, lower the heels. And now we're going to take it into the most awkward one. So we're going to get a little bit of a pigeon toe action. So toes are going to turn in slightly, knees are going to turn in slightly, and then we're going to go super, super slow here. So we tune in, pay attention to the body. So with that little bit of a pigeon toed action, you're going to lift the heels up, lower with control, heart forward, look forward. Keep your abdomen firm, but just check in with your knees and your ankles. You're only going to lift to a depth that feels comfortable. If anything feels out of whack at any second, you're going to stop right away. We got 5 seconds left. You might feel a little bit of burn in your calf at this point. Woo! And time. Nicely done. Okay, give your legs a shake. We're going to flip our chair around so that the low side is facing us. We're going to come down onto the ground and then kick our heels up over the chair. So come down. And you can add weights onto these moves if you want to. And actually, I say that you're going to definitely want at least one single weight for one of the moves that we're doing down on the ground. Once you've got your way down, heels to the edge of the chair. So we want a little bit of a flex in the feet. We're going to find a little work with a hip bridge coming out of the hamstring muscles. So we're going to think about pushing into the heels, push into your heels to lift your butt up off the ground, lower back down with control. Once you've got that maneuver and you feel like the work is coming through the backs of the thighs, and you can even place your hands there to see if you can feel those muscles fired up. And then once you've found those muscles fired up, you find a pace and a rhythm that works good for you. If you want to load up, place some weights at your hip points. Use your hands to support the weights, but the legs are doing the heavy lifting. If you're already getting plenty of work without that load, leave that off. You're already halfway there. And time. Nicely done. Okay, grab your hand weight, and it's going to be a dead bug position, single hand weight. So it's going to be a single fly. We're going right hand one side for 1 minute, left hand for 1 minute. So legs are going to hover over your chair, holding that position there, arms in front of the chest, single load. So it's going to just feel like your core has to fire up a little bit more because both arms are going to fly out. Both arms are going to pull back in, but you're going to try to find the same pace coming in and out, even though one hand is loaded and one hand is empty. So find your dead bug position, open into that chest fly. Just the right hand is loaded. Everything else stays as stable as it can. So legs stay in that stable and steady position. If it becomes too fatiguing, you can always place your heels on the chair, but hovering is better to get that core firing up and working nice and hard. Nice work, you guys. Beautiful. Five seconds left. All right, keep your legs just as they are with a smooth transition. Just pass that weight over to the other hand and take it right into those chest flies. And then notice as you switched hands, that first movement might feel like that hand got suddenly very heavy. So control that movement coming out, same control coming in. The other arm is empty, but we're trying to keep both arms moving at the same pace. Legs are going to stay in that steady and stable position. And if it helps, if you like doing that breath work, exhale as you pull the arms in, inhale as you open them wide. Five seconds left. Nice work. And time. Awesome job. Okay, set your weights down. Heels are going to come back to the chair, and now we're going to take it into some hundreds, our Pilates hundreds. So we're going to reach through the fingertips, curl up the head, neck, and chest. Keep that curled up position and start to pump your arms. You're going to inhale for the count of 5. Exhale for the count of 5. Keep that curled up position. Make sure there's a little space between your chin and your chest. So if your chin is tucked way down, just a tiny little lift in the chin, curl up just a little bit higher. Yes, nice job. If it's not quite enough work, you're going to pick up the heels and hover. And if that's not quite enough work, you're going to extend the legs towards the top end of your chair. So you're going to find the variation here that works good for you. If heels on the chair was feeling good and you were super happy there, keep those heels on the chair. We got 20 seconds left. You got this. Nice work, you guys. Beautiful. And time. Woo! Lower yourself down. Maybe if it feels good, stretch your arms up and overhead. Take a nice big breath. We got one last minute of work. So arms are going to come out into a nice wide position. Hover your heels off of the chair. And now we're going to take that little tick tock of the legs side to side. So we're going to fire up those obliques to finish. Dropping the legs side to side, going just as far as you can control. So you're tick tocking the legs over the top of the chair. Oblique muscles are going to catch you before they fall all the way over to the other side. Once you feel those oblique muscles kick on, bring it right back in with control. And then if you like working with the breath, as you come to that outer edge, that's where your exhale is. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale as you take it over to the other edge. 15 seconds left. And time. Beautiful job. Bring your legs back to the center of the chair. Take your right leg over the left into a little figure 4. Reach your hands through, grab the back of the thigh, and then bring the legs in. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out, soften your shoulders. 2 more breaths. Awesome. When you're ready, release, uncross your legs, switch to the other side. Left leg is going to come across the right. Get your figure four. If it feels good to do so, reach through, grab the back of the thigh or the top of the shin, bring it into your comfort level, and then take 3 nice big breaths. Wonderful. When you're ready, unwind your legs. We're going to come up into a high kneel position. So swing yourself around. What we want to do is be able to put our elbows onto the chair. So that means you might have to rearrange your placement of your body in front of the chair for your proportions. So start by bringing your elbows onto the chair, and then you're going to walk your elbows slightly wide. So think elbows to the corners of the chairs, just so there's space for your head to drop down. Prayer hands together. Chest is going to drop down, and you're just going to get that nice big stretch through the shoulders and upper body. You're going to go to a depth that works good for you. If there's anything mischievous going on in the shoulders, lighten up a little bit. But if it feels okay to let your chest sink down, take about 3 good breaths here. Nice. And then think about firming up the belly first. So pull the belly button up, release your hands to the chair. Now we're going to take it up into a down dog position. So curl the toes under, lift yourself on up, find your down dog. So a little bit of reach through the arms, a little stretch through the back of the body. Take 1 or 2 good breaths here. Beautiful. Soften your legs, lift your chest, step your left foot forward, right foot back. So we're going to push the foot back so that the heel can reach down towards the ground. So what we want is a little stretch in the Achilles heel and the calf. So push through that heel. And then once you've got your legs arranged, lift your chest, lift your chin, take a nice big breath. Awesome. Soften that up just a little bit. Straighten your front leg and then bend your elbows, lean your chest forward. Nice. Bend your front knee, lift your chest, step your right foot forward, left foot back. So we reset our lunge, push back into that heel so you get that stretch to the Achilles heel and the calf. Beautiful. Now straighten that front leg, bend your elbows, lean your chest forward. Awesome job. Bend that front knee, lift your chest, step everything together. So both feet in a nice parallel position. Bend your knees a lot. Pull your abdominal muscles in, round your back, roll all the way up to a standing position. Give your shoulders a couple of good shrugs. You guys are amazing. We are going to use our chair for our tennis balls. So if you're sticking around, grab 2 tennis balls if you've got them.